Welcome to Wild Bill's Garage, my friends. I thought it was over, but it didn't end. Now I'm out of the tractor filming with the drone. I think Wild Bill's Garage will call this home. Welcome to Wild Bill's Garage. Well, that's me and my e-bike. Maybe you have an e-bike, electric bicycle. Oh, let me interrupt myself. June's coming up. May 25th, the Yukon opens up. If you've had your vaccines, and you don't really have to have proof, you're just going to have to sign some paperwork at they'll have people at the border. When you come in, some paperwork saying that if they wanted to research you and check your vaccine, they can. And if you don't have it, of course, they will fine you and boot you out. But if you've had your vaccines, and not COVID doesn't count. You can have COVID, it doesn't count. You must have, which I think is a little weird. But you'd think if somebody had COVID and survived, they would qualify for just about, well, anything. But it's not going to happen. If you are thinking of bringing your motorcycles north, this summer you can into the Yukon as long as you've had your vaccines. So that's good. We're opening up here. Now back to the e-bike. This is basically about the wounded warrior. I'm not going to go into because man, I've got a list of problems. I'm not going to be one of those 90-year-olds. It's just not going to happen. But I'm trying to live at 62, compromised, etc. I'm doing okay. And part of it is exercise. But how do you ride a bicycle when you're damaged? Well, I would recommend first off renting them. Rent one. I think once you rent one, if your body can take it, you'll be blown away. I get 30 to 50 kilometers on this one charge on this battery, and there's not a hill that I've seen around this town. We got some hills, like anywhere. We got some hills. I go up like the steepest hill in town here, and it's steep. Oh man, if the bike wasn't electric, I would probably have to, because the bike's so heavy. I couldn't pedal up it. I would have to. That's one thing on these big heavy bikes. Mine's 75 pounds. When the battery dies on a steep hill like that, you will be off and pushing the rest of the way. I can't pedal like that anymore. But I go up that thing in almost high gear, high power, like 20 kilometers an hour. I'm going up this level 9, which is my highest, and level 7, my highest gear. I don't even gear down. And this hill, but that'll eat some battery. But it's amazing. And I'm pedaling, but I can't pedal hard because you'll hit a wall. The bike's so heavy that you will be assisting a little bit, but just percentages, it seems like to me. It's amazing. It does help save the battery. And you get to the top of this hill, you stop, you look back, you're like, holy crap. I'm a wounded warrior. I'm compromised. And I just did that. So it's very confidence inspiring. Of course, this thing has a 4x26 tires. You want to keep them 20 pounds for the pavement, and you can go down 10 or less on the dirt. And I have a pump, and they pump up pretty quick with the right pump. You can go back and forth, pavement to dirt. Amazing bicycles, really. I've been around bicycles a long, long time, and I've never seen anything like these. So if you're damaged, if you're a wounded warrior, if you're compromised, depending on your injuries, you'll find these bikes absolutely fantastic. Again, I mean, I have heavy arthritis right now too, setting in, because I'm basically melting here slowly but surely, and I'm still able to. Sometimes when my back goes out, I have to take a week off, but I did that when I was motorcycling over the years too. So there's no real change there. It's amazing. I am totally blown away. I've had 2 elbow surgeries, and I actually lowered the air pressure, and it's got the front suspension on this particular model, and with the tires down like 8-10 pounds on the dirt trails. I don't fly. I'm not trying to do wheelies and jump things. Okay, there is that one jump there in the video. Okay, guilty. If I can jump something and get away with it without getting hurt, I'll try it. So I guess what I'm saying is that you'll be surprised at how much you can do on these things. You'll be very, very surprised. If you want to go a little faster on pavement and smoother, you want to get the smaller tires for sure. Our friend's Sheila, she's got her Igo, she's got an Igo, I think it's 2.75 tires on it. She's had that thing doing 60 kilometers downhill. And I gotta remember, these downhill speeds aren't from pedaling. You can't make this thing go much faster. You can't pedal 60 kilometers an hour with the 7 gears. I have 7 speeds, no derailleur on the front. Your pedaling's not going to make this thing go faster downhill. I point it downhill, I just sit back and relax, and on a steep enough hill with the right pressure in the tires, higher pressure, it runs 50 kilometers no problem. And because it's such a big bike, it's somewhat feeling like a motorcycle. See, I'm not riding here. No way. That's death on this bike. Sorry, you're in the air. That. It's quite surprising, really. Kind of cool. Now, I must say they are far more dangerous than motorcycles. It's been a long time since I've really been riding bicycles around the city, anywhere actually, and you can't use the throttle to get out of trouble. Even though it has the throttle, this throttle is more like an assistant throttle. Unless maybe coming home you hurt your leg, you can use the throttle to get home. It'll go up most of the hills by throttle, although it does get pretty slow. Pedal assist really does make a big difference on the hills. So as far as compared to a motorcycle, it's way more dangerous. Oh my God. Motorcycles, I feel so much safer on a motorcycle than on this thing. I guess people that have been riding bicycles a long time are used to it. You know, open doors, semis, like, oh my gosh, there's just a lot of things. I've forgotten how dangerous a bicycle is. But, you know, you're careful. I got mirrors. I watch where I ride. I do a lot of trail riding. I'm in the Yukon. I thought I couldn't, but I can. I lower the pressure and I'm able to take the beating. It's amazing. And I can't take much of a beating. But the only thing I can really ride aggressively is my wife, or vice versa. Man, thank God that's still working. But, you know, as far as bouncing down the highway on a bicycle, I thought, oh, it's never going to happen. But it can happen. Rent one, try it out. If you're a wounded warrior, this might be your ticket to a little bit of freedom and definitely some fun. And with 50 kilometer range, 30 to 50 kilometer range, you're going to see some country again. Okay? So I hope this helps somebody somewhere. I'm coming into this roundabout at 44 kilometers an hour. Remember that recommendation about rentals. It's well worth the investment. This bike was $1,500 after the rebate. A lot of places give you a rebate because you're going E. It's big now. And this is what they call a kind of a starter e-bike. If this is a starter e-bike, I don't know what the $5,000 one to do because this thing's nuts. I guess overall I could say I'm impressed. E-biking for me is going to be here to stay. Of course, it's only been 600 kilometers and a couple of months riding. Maybe that isn't enough. World record 55 kilometers. I'm already thinking about moving to getting a second one. One is a little bit faster on the pavement. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. This is Wild Bill's Garage putting its 2 bits on the e-bikes, and specifically for you wounded warriors. And that doesn't mean just guys. That means gals. So over and out. You'll have a great day, and we'll see you on the flip side. Yeah! 57 kilometers per hour. No pedaling, no power, because I can't keep up. That's just 80 pounds and 20 psi. Sweet. Yeah, baby. I was breaking the